American Pickers Frank Fritz walking again after stroke, left right side paralyzed as he improves daily with therapy. Hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please hit the subscribe button and like this video. American Pickers star Frank Fritz is walking again after a stroke left the right side of the star's body paralyzed as he improves daily with therapy. The U.S. Sun has exclusively learned. Frank, 59, suffered a stroke in July 2022 and was placed under a conservatorship and guardianship while he recovers from the medical emergency. A friend of the American Pickers alum gave an update on the private star's condition today in an exclusive interview with the U.S. Sun. The pal told the U.S. Sun, "Frank continues to improve daily. You're never 100% after a stroke, but he's fine. He's aware of what's going on. If you were sitting here right now, you could sit and talk to him. He's the same old Frank." Frank was wheelchair-bound after suffering the stroke and even had a ramp installed outside his Iowa home. Read more on Frank Fritz. The friend shared, "He can walk, but he's always going to need the wheelchair because he can't walk long distances. Basically, you lose motion. He lost motion. A stroke can affect your left or your right side. It affects his right side." The insider said Frank continues to go to outpatient therapy weekly for a few hours. Frank is a private person and enjoys being totally out of the limelight. Most read in entertainment. The friend said the biggest misconception about Frank is his health. The source said, "He's had a stroke, but he's definitely not debilitated to the point where he can't do anything or do whatever he wants. He doesn't have any problems with that. It's just a change of lifestyle and it's slowed him down. He's the same old Frank. He has a good attitude and a great sense of humor. His mindset is positive. We crack jokes all the time. You gotta make the best of the situation, so he's come to terms with all of that. His mind is right. He's a happy guy and his sense of humor is there." Under CONSERVA2RSAIP. The U.S. Sun broke in August 2022 that the conservatorship and guardianship was filed on behalf of Frank. His friend, Chris Davis, is the guardian, while Midwestone Bank is the conservator. The documents obtained by the U.S. Sun show just how much Frank improved in 1 year. The court papers read, "Because of his stroke, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to care for his own safety or to provide for necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, or medical care, without which physical injury or illness may occur. Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to make, communicate, or carry out important decisions concerning his own financial affairs." An exhibit was filed in the court papers from a doctor, allegedly claiming Frank does not have decisional capacity. The legal papers continued. "Decisions must be made for Mr. Fritz's care and placement while he continues to recover and receive treatment for his injuries. Appointment of a guardian and conservator is necessary to avoid immediate harm to him. The guardian will help Frank with his Crohn's disease treatment and continued physical therapy. He will also help the former American Pickers star grocery shop, cook, and get him to activities." Frank's firing. Frank's last appearance on American Pickers was during a March 2020 episode. He had taken time off to recover from back surgery, leaving him with 185 stitches and 2 rods. The show. Frank lost 65 pounds and entered rehab for alcohol addiction in Iowa for 77 days. Frank also revealed his feud with co-star Mike during the 2021 interview with the U.S. Sun. Frank said, "I haven't talked to Mike in 2 years. He knew my back was messed up, but he didn't call me up and ask how I was doing. That's just how it is. The show is tilted towards him 1,000%. I can't even bend that far down to show you how much. That's fine. It's like you've got Aerosmith, and there's Steven Tyler, and he's the frontman. I found my spot. I'm second, and he's number 1 on the show. That's no problem with me. Maybe he does have a problem." He also admitted, "I think Mike wants to get his brother Robbie in there to replace me. I don't know why he's behaving like that towards me." Ryan's again. But a friend told the Quad City Times that Frank and Mike have mended their relationship as they had a tearful reunion over Memorial Day weekend. The insider said, "This was not a feud between Mike and Frank at all. They were not feuding. They needed separation to appreciate each other. The friend revealed that the longtime buddies' relationship became tense after 11 seasons of working 10-hour days, 7 days a week on the reality TV show. She told the newspaper that the long-awaited reunion left the men in tears. The friend said both were crying. Mike brought up how nervous they both were to be going on David Letterman, which was one of their first big appearances. Mike told his longtime co-star, "Nobody can replace you, Frank." The arrangements were made after Frank told the friend, "I need to talk to Mike." The insider ended. Mike really stressed all the good times they had before the show and during the show. Mike did say he'd like Frank back on the show, but Frank is focused on his health. Fritz has always been a fighter, a familiar face on the small screen, known for his sharp eye for antiques and his endearing friendship with longtime co-host Mike Wolf. Now, after facing one of the most difficult health battles of his life, Fritz is showing signs of incredible strength and determination as he slowly walks the road to recovery. The beloved television personality suffered a severe stroke that left the right side of his body paralyzed, shaking his world and sending shockwaves through his devoted fan base. His sudden health crisis led to a flurry of concern and heartfelt messages from supporters across the country, many of whom grew up watching him crisscross rural highways in search of forgotten treasures. According to those close to him, Fritz has made remarkable progress through an intensive therapy program designed to rebuild his strength and restore his mobility. While early days were filled with uncertainty and silence, today there is growing optimism among his inner circle as he continues to fight his way back one step at a time. Walking again after such a life-changing event is no small feat, but friends and caretakers say the former American Pickers star is proving to be as resilient in recovery as he was in his picking adventures. It has not been an easy road, but Frank has always been someone who tackles life with grit and heart, said a close friend involved in his care. Every single day, he is pushing himself a little harder, and it is really paying off. Fritz's days are now filled with physical therapy sessions, stretches, guided exercises, and the unwavering support of a small group of trusted loved ones who have stood by him throughout his ordeal. Each milestone, from moving his fingers to taking his first assisted steps, has been celebrated as a victory by those who never gave up on him. While he remains mostly out of the public eye, his absence on American Pickers continues to be deeply felt. Viewers who tuned in week after week to see his dynamic with Wolf often express their longing for his return, both for his distinct picking style and his warm, humorous presence. As Fritz focuses on healing, speculation continues about whether he might ever appear on screen again, even in a guest capacity. For now, his priority remains regaining independence and improving his quality of life. His therapists are reportedly impressed with his progress, noting that his motivation is a driving force behind his improvements. There are days when it is incredibly hard, but Frank keeps showing up, keeps putting in the work, and keeps moving forward, shared another source familiar with his routine. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.